Alright, this is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, we're going to share with you guys the all-new Nama Sorbet attachment for the Nama J2 juicer. I told Nama for a long time, guys, you need a sorbet attachment, and I'm glad it is finally here. I literally got this in the mail yesterday, and it is now available on their website. Link down below to buy the sorbet screen if you already own the Nama J2 juicer. For those of you guys that don't already own the Nama J2, now there's more functionality you can have with this optional purchase. This is not included with the machine. So while the Nama J2 does include the standard juicing screen, small hole, it also includes a larger hole screen, which Nama identifies as the smoothie screen, so you guys could make smoothies. And of course, if you guys want to do the sorbets, you gotta basically buy an extra attachment to do it. That being said, while Nama does promote it to do smoothies, what you're going to learn on my channel is you're going to hear from all my experience that I've learned over the last 28 years juicing and using juicers, but then also selling juicers for the last 25 years, and also more importantly, making YouTube demonstrations for you guys for the last 15 years here online. Show you guys all the different juicers, right? Including a blank plate can come with many different juicers, many juicers included. So what I'll tell you guys is that I used blank plates for many juicers over the many years, including, you know, blank plates for the Champion, for the Omega, NC800, the Omega 8006, and many different models have the blank plates, including the Slow Star has a whole attachment for doing this similar function. And in this episode, you guys are going to hear more than just the party line you will hear from Nama. You're going to get a demonstration of what this attachment could actually do and how valuable it can be for you, whether you already own a Nama J2 or if you want to buy one. And if you guys appreciate all the content, everything I go into to show you guys the best ways to do these processes in the Nama J2 juicer, and of course you don't already own the Nama J2 juicer, you want to make sure you use my coupon code Sorbet10, we'll throw it up right there, Sorbet10 at namawell.com. That'll save you guys 10% off the whole juicer. Not only will you save $55 when you guys use the coupon code, but also Nama will show me a small commission so I can continue this work to make these educational videos for you guys, to show you guys all the different features and little tips and tricks about the juicers that you literally are not going to hear on any other channel. So I appreciate you guys who have used my coupon code in the past, and I want to thank you guys in advance for those of you guys that will use it, because this video, yes, they are long, will surely show you guys a lot more information on getting the best use out of the all-new Nama Sorbet screen for the J2, and a lot more than what most others would tell you. All right, so the first thing is I got this in the mail. Let's go ahead and open it up. And when you open it up, inside you're going to get like a little instruction card that I'm not going to read. Guys, don't read instructions, although I actually did read this. This is the sorbet attachment. And you should read it for their recommended instructions. Some of the things I'll be telling you are actually not necessarily on the recommended instructions. So I'd encourage you guys to follow their instructions, which is the proper way to use it. I'm going to show you guys, of course, my opinions in this episode that may not necessarily reflect Nama's views on this topic. Now the cool thing about this, it says on the card here, it says the Nama Sorbet attachment comes with a 15-year warranty. Guys, this is incredible. When you buy this attachment, it has a 15-year warranty. Like, what other kitchen appliance has a 15-year warranty? Now, yeah, let's not forget, the whole Nama J2 juicer also comes with a 15-year warranty, including the motor base as well as all the hopper parts. Originally, when it came out, it only had a 2-year warranty on the parts, but after trying to talk to Nama on many things, including increasing the warranty and the sorbet screen, they've actually made that happen. So yes, they do actually listen to customers and take customer input to improve their machine continually. All right, so let's open up this little box here. So as you guys can see, we got the sorbet screen in there, and you're like thinking, John, that looks like the juicing screen, but with no holes. And you'd be right, because that's all it is just one blank. So whatever you put in the machine, it basically, for lack of a better word, grinds it up and spits it out. and that's what it is. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to use it. It's super simple, super easy. Of course, we're going to remove the top set off the motor base, and we're going to go ahead and remove the hopper. We're going to go ahead and take out the juicing screen, auger, and the wiping blade as it comes right out right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to, number one, take off the wiping blade. This part is not needed when you're making smoothies. The next thing is you're going to go ahead and take the auger. You will need the auger. You will not need the juicing screen. You're going to go ahead and then take the sorbet screen and drop it in to the bowl here. It'll lock into place, and then you're just going to go ahead and put your auger in, and you're just going to go ahead and put the top on. Lock it in place. The other thing I'll share with you guys that is actually not in the instructions, Nama encourages you guys to leave the little pulp flap inside, attached, right? What I'm going to tell you guys is that every other juicer that I'm aware of will remove the pulp flap to remove any kind of back pressure on whatever is being processed. What I'll tell you guys also is that there are pros and cons to keeping this flap in and removing it. In my personal opinion, the best practice is to remove it, although Nama does not recommend you do this. So do this at your own risk. But from me, as a juicer expert, I'm saying all of the juicers basically remove this part when doing blank plates. So I'm removing it. All right, then you assemble it back on the unit and you are all set and ready to make sorbets as well as other recipes. All right, so the first step is what you'll need is you will need some frozen fruit. So you could go out and buy many different kinds of frozen fruits. My favorite places to buy frozen fruits, something like Trader Joe's, Aldi, or even Costco or Sam's Club. That being said, even a better deal to get frozen fruits is to freeze them yourself. And right now I'm going to show you guys my technique for freezing frozen fruits. My favorite fruit to freeze are bananas. I get them when they're overripe like this, and they actually at the store I get them from. It's Natural Grocers. When they're ripe like this, they sell them for 10 cents each. So this bunch of organic bananas was only 50 cents. But, so normally people would just basically take these and then put them in a Ziploc bag and then put in the Ziploc bag and then put them in the freezer. Now the challenge with that is that you will get freezer burn on them, and if you leave them in there for too long a period of time, they're going to turn brown and kind of look good. I mean, they'll still be good to eat, but they're not going to taste quite as good as if you stored them properly like I'm going to show you guys, right? So what I'm going to share with you guys today, you want to get a little kit. And this kit, and actually many of the different accessories that I'm using in this episode today are available on my Amazon store at amazon.com/shop/John Kohler. What you're going to find there are all my personal picks and some of the different products I personally use to make my diet and lifestyle happen. So if you're looking for, John, what's the best cleaning brush for the Nama J2? Well, hey, I got that in the link down below. You could clearly see my cleaning products I use for the different juicers, as well as my catch bowls, my strainers, funnels, the vacuum sealing, for mason jars that I do, as well as these bags. Now, this is the budget bags. They have more high-end bags. They're also listed on that page. But these are just the budget bags. I mean, you could get a kit like this for, I don't know, maybe a little bit over 10 bucks. So what this is a Ziploc bag, but it has a one-way valve that then you're going to put a vacuum pump on and suck the extra oxygen out of the bag before you put the bananas in the freezer. Now, when you pull a vacuum on the bananas, when you freeze them, you're not going to get that freezer burn. They're not going to oxidize as quickly. I've stored some bananas in my freezer for literally almost a year without them even going bad or turning any colors, provided your electricity stays on and they're at the back of the freezer, so it's not constantly defrosting every time you open the door. So I'm just going to show you guys this. We're just going to go ahead and take a ripe banana, and we're going to peel it, and we're just going to put it in the bag. I like to keep the bananas whole in the bag. I don't like to basically cut them up beforehand. If I do want to cut them up, I'll cut them up after they're frozen, because I want to create the least amount of surface area on the fruit, because that'll prevent oxidation. Let me go ahead and peel the rest of these bananas and get them in the bag. All right, last banana going in the bag, as you guys can see. Really simple and easy. We've got all the bananas in the bag. Next step is we're going to go ahead and seal up the zipper lock. Make sure it's nice and tight, all the way sealed. Once we got a nice seal on it, what we're going to do is there's a little lines here and a blue circle. We're going to go ahead and put the vacuum pump. Now, these vacuum pumps are quite weak, but they surely have enough vacuum to suck the bags. I do recommend electric pumps for the bags. versus I recommend the hand pumps for the mason jar tops. The hand pumps are just not as easy to use when you're vacuuming the bags, I found. So we're just going to go ahead and put this right on the little circle, kind of guide you to put it there. We're going to press the button. We have to hold it flat against a surface like a table or a counter. And the pump will come on ever so slowly. And slowly but surely, the bag is starting to compress. And, you know, because these are inexpensive pumps, it's going to take quite a bit of time. But you could hear the bag starting to crinkle up, and we're just going to go ahead and let it run until the pump shuts off. So what's happening is the vacuum is pulling all the extra airspace out of the bag, as well as some of the airspace in the bananas, actually, because it's kind of hollow on the inside if you look at it under an electron microscope. So I can see it pulling literally air out of the bananas ever so slowly. It will take a little bit of time. Don't just like, oh, the bag's crinkled, we're going to turn it off. Like, give it a little bit of time to work to pull out all the oxygen, you know, from around the fruit, but also more importantly inside the fruit as well. This will help the preservation. Once it's gone a fair bit of time, you could go ahead and cut it off and check out what we got here. We got the bananas sealed inside the bag, and the bag is literally wrapped around all the bananas, taking out all the extra airspace. So I'm going to go ahead and then put this in my freezer, and we're just going to let it freeze, and I'm only going to open it up when I need to take them out to make the banana sorbet. I recommend minimum 24 hours to freeze to a nice hardness. You know, you could cut up any kind of fruit, you know, cantaloupes, apples, watermelons even, mangoes are some of my favorite, dragon fruit, of course, you could buy many of these fruits already pre-frozen, but sometimes I find like fruits on, you know, a good price because they got a bad spot, or even for free. Cut off the bad spot, you know, cut them in little pieces, put them in bags, and then freeze them so I could use them for smoothies or even just make my own ice cream, like I'll be showing you guys right now. So now we're all set up and ready to make sorbet. You're going to have to put something underneath where the pulp normally comes out, and you're going to close the spout cap. While you could use the plastic accessories that are included with the J2 to catch the sorbet, I like to use a 2-quart Anchor Hocking glass mixing bowl. Link down below once again my Amazon shop if you guys want to find this. Of course, you could also find it at your local, maybe Walmart. The other thing you're going to need the frozen fruit. So I literally took this out of the freezer, and it's been sitting out about 5 minutes while I've been filming this video for you guys. So it's thawed out a bit. You want to let the fruit defrost a little bit before putting it in the machine. You don't want to put it in the machine directly because it can be too hard. You can do any different kinds of fruits. Make sure the pits and the seeds are removed. Very important. So today we got bananas, strawberries, and mangoes. I actually froze the strawberries and bananas myself, and I bought pre-frozen mangoes. I find the ones at the Trader Joe's, the non-organic, generally sweeter than the organic, which is quite interesting. So I guess with that, let's just go ahead and turn the machine on. And you're not going to load the hopper up. That's the thing different. You're going to just go ahead and put in pieces of the fruit one at a time and let it process a little bit before you drop in the next piece. So we're just going to drop one piece of fruit at a time, let it start the process. And as you guys can see, coming out where the pulp normally comes out is our banana ice cream. It might come out a little bit soft at first, but then it's going to be nice, hard, and firm as the parts you know, get cold. The transfer gets cold to the stainless steel. It's working really nice, really easy. All right, so we got the straight banana. Now the cool thing is, you can put in a few strawberries in there. Mix the strawberries with the bananas. The main thing is you're gonna wanna try not to load up the hopper and just put a little bit of fruit at a time. Now be aware that it does take some time to process the sorbet, because it's auto-feeding it in for you. But we're getting a nice sorbet right out of the machine. Now, some people may call this nice cream, I call it ice cream, but it's 100% fruit with nothing else added, guys. You know, I would prefer that you guys freeze your fruits and make it into sorbet than even juicing your fruits, right, and making fruit juice. Link down below to my video where I share my personal opinions on juicing fruits and actually how to make fruit juice even healthier than it is. But I encourage you guys to eat the fruits whole or freeze them and process them like this so that you get the whole fruit, fiber and sugar and everything, vitamins and minerals and phytochemicals. And look at this, now we got straight strawberry coming right out. It's insane, guys. Straight strawberry with maybe a little bit of banana. Let's go ahead and put some more banana in there. And we'll just go ahead and put our last pieces of strawberries. I think the goal is if you put in like one fruit at a time, it could easily work on it. And then if you have a big piece, like break up bananas into about 4 pieces, it'll definitely drop into the machine a lot easier than putting in large pieces and letting the rotating blade up there, the processing blade, process it. Alright, so we got all our strawberries in. You guys can see we basically have straight strawberry sorbet coming out. And now finally, let's go ahead and do the mango. Drop some of that mango in there. And you could do a mix, you know, you could put 1 banana, 1 mango, 1 strawberry. You know, I encourage you guys to use things like blueberries, wild blueberries from Trader Joe's, or even things like dragon fruit or the frozen pitted cherries from Costco, some of my favorites. Look at that. This is almost like a rainbow now because it's like red from the strawberries and it's coming out now orange from the mango. Look at that, because I'm using a larger bowl, it's not overshooting, which can happen if you're using the smaller plastic catch cups. You could also use, of course, any different kind of glass bowl to catch your sorbet. So this is working really excellently with the Nama J2 and the sorbet screen. Alright, last bits of mango going right in the machine. Once again, make sure you slow yourself down and don't just try to load up the hopper. You do not want to load up the hopper. You may be overloading the machine. You want to try to put in, you know, 1 or 2 pieces of fruit in at a time and let the machine have some time to process. So this almost looks like one of those frozen yogurt machines. Maybe when you're a kid, you go to McDonald's. I mean, I don't recommend you guys eat that stuff. It has monodiglyceride, sugar, and all kinds of preservatives in there. I recommend you guys eat this stuff, and the amazing thing is, you know, now with the Nama J2 and the optional attachment you can buy, you can make healthy desserts to displace things like ice cream, displace Its and ice cream bars and all the other things that are not so natural and have added sugars, right? Eat more fruit. So, like, you could eat frozen fruit now with the Nama J2, and also, of course, I encourage you guys to drink your green and other vegetable juices made with the Nama J2 to ramp up the amount of fruits and vegetables you guys are eating. Alright, so everything looks like it's stopped coming out. So we're just going to go ahead and stop it. And I'm going to show you guys what we got here. Look at that, we got all this ice cream. So now I got a special ice cream scoop. And we got some little ice cream like bowls. We got 3 here, so I'm going to try to, like, you know, basically get all mango on this one and turn it into little balls. Let's see if we could do that here. Alright, so there we go. We scooped it out of no. If you guys want to get this special tool, I've researched all the best scoops. I'll put a link down below to my Amazon shop with this tool in the tool section. But look at this, guys. We got the mango sorbet, little like ice cream scoops, right? We got the strawberry, the little scoops once again. And we got some banana, some plain banana, and some mixed with the strawberry. Look at that. All right, look at this, guys. This is absolutely incredible. Banana, mango, strawberry sorbet. You know, when you have the tools such as the Nama J2, you can create your own sorbets with your favorite fruits yourself, right? One of my favorites is actually pineapple, putting like frozen pineapple, especially if you get the white sugar pineapple through this machine. That'd be absolutely insane. Of course, other fruits like cantaloupe really works well as well. Now, you do not want to put ice through the machine. It's designed for frozen fruits, not ice. All right, so now let's go ahead and try it. I think I want to try the mango sorbet. Look at that. That's good. Now next we're going to go ahead and try the strawberry. Strawberries and berries are not that sweet, so you may want to mix like half strawberry with half mango if you want it sweeter. Of course, if you want the power pack punch of the berries without the sugar, by all means, do straight berries. And finally, we're going to go ahead and try that straight up banana. My tip on the bananas is don't buy the standard Cavendish bananas. Those are just the normal large ones that I froze earlier. I want to encourage you guys to look out for the Manzano bananas. They're like little baby bananas. Those ones generally taste a lot better. Or maybe if you can find the Thai bananas, if you have an Asian market near you, those are even better because they have a lot better flavor to me. But but this banana sorbet is absolutely incredible. Still my favorite for sure. So that sorbet was absolutely delicious. Now, while Nama will share with you guys that the sorbet attachment can do sorbet, of course, on my channel, I'm going to show you guys everything it can do to really get you excited about this attachment that you can buy for your J2 if you already own it, or you can buy it with your J2 if you haven't already purchased it, because maybe you're like a lot of my fans that have said, John, I would buy the J2, but it doesn't have the sorbet attachment. Now it does, and now I'll show you guys even more things you could do with the sorbet attachment besides just make sorbet. Okay, so I've assembled the sorbet attachment in there. Once again, I remove that little, black plug, or it might be green on your machine, where the pulp comes out. The next thing we're doing is we're going to go ahead and make nut butter. Nut butter is known to be used to make with a blank plate in different machines, and this is no different. So today we got some roasted peanuts from Trader Joe's, and also got some roasted cashews. Now the reason why I'm using the roasted nuts is because when they roast nuts, they generally roast it with oil, and they have it with oil, and some oil content comes out during the roasting process. So it's a lot more rich and fatty, which means it'll stick together a lot better when processing it like this. Also, the roasted nuts tend to be a bit softer than raw nuts. If you guys try to process raw nuts, it might make a nut flour if the oil content is really low. So in that case, if you make a nut flour, then you're going to want to add a little bit of oil into the nut flour, stir it up, and then you will have a nut butter. Another way you guys can do this is actually take the nuts once it comes out, the ground up nuts, and then feed it back through again and again, and that'll break up the fibers more and maybe cause some oil to come out. Of course, your results may vary depending on what nut you do. My favorite nut to do if I was doing raw nuts would be macadamia nuts, because they have an exceptionally high oil content. Of course, another one of my favorites is the peely nuts, which has probably the highest oil content. It's going to work really good. Walnuts, Brazil nuts, pecans, pistachios would all work. Now the caveat is this, guys, you got to listen carefully. You got to make sure there's no shells in your nuts. This is not designed to process any shells or shell fragments. So before you pour anything in there, make sure there's no shell fragments in with your nuts, all right? So with that, let's go ahead and show you guys how to make some peanut butter in the Nama J2. Once again, we're going to go ahead and turn this on. And once again, we're not going to load up the hopper, right? We're just going to pour a few nuts in at a time. We're just going to pour a little bit in, let it go in there, let the machine process the nuts. And look at this, we're getting some nut butter out. We're going to pour a few more in there, let it process, and let the nut butter come out. And we're going to keep doing that and repeat until we're done. So to save you guys some time, we're just going to go ahead and speed this part of the video up for you. Alright, so that's the rest of our peanuts. And we've turned these roasted and unsalted peanuts into your own fresh, natural peanut butter. Look at this stuff coming out, guys. You can spread this on toast, put it on bread. You can make sandwiches with it. You could eat it with some chocolate, have your own Reese's peanut butter cups. This stuff is completely amazing. You can make nut butters now in your Nama J2 with the sorbet attachment. At first it was coming out a little bit like flour, but then once it started going, the oil started coming out. Look at this stuff, guys. This is absolutely insane. So once we come it out, we can basically mash it all up. And this is like a creamy peanut butter. There's no big pieces in there. It's not super oily, because a lot of companies will add oil to their peanut butters, right? This is a nice, really nice mixture made in the Nama J2. Now, while some of you guys may have peanut allergies, so we're gonna do another nut for you guys today. And we got some remnant peanut in there, so we're gonna let that come out. But we got some roasted cashews that I'll be using right now. And we're going to put a little bit in at a time. Honestly, I think this job works actually a little better than the sorbet, because the little blade literally scoops the nuts in really nice. Once again, do not put too many in at once. Alright, so we got a color change. We got the white color coming out now. And now we're gonna put another bowl to catch all our cashew nut butter. Amazing, right? I encourage you guys to make your own foods at home instead of buying things in a package that has an ingredient label, right? Buy the ingredients and make it yourself, whether you're making your juices with the Nama J2 or now, whether you're making your own nice creams or sorbets like I showed you guys, or even your nut butters, right? This is what it takes to get healthy, right? A machine like the Nama J2 that allows you to make your own stuff without all those additives and monodiglycerides and preservatives and adding extra salt, all these things, right? That's why I really love the equipment, and I'm just an equipment nerd. All right, so that's all the cashews going right into the Nama J2. Once again, these were the roasted cashews. Working real nice. This is more of a hard, firm pack. I'm not feeling any kind of bits, and look, it does stick. Yes, it is a nut butter. It's sticking to my fingers there. And once again, this is a slow juicer, or in this case, it's a slow processor. This is not gonna oxidize it to any major extent because it's running at a low and slow 50 revolutions per minute. So it's gonna get a little bit different grind than one of those high-speed grinders would. All right, so I think it's pretty much about done. Let's go ahead and cut it off. And let me show you guys what we got when we pressed it all together. Once again, to me, this is not like a cashew butter you buy in the store that has a lot more oil content, but this is 100% basically ground up cashews into a butter that's so solid it won't even come out of the bowl. The same thing with the peanut butter. We tip both these guys upside down and it's not coming out. They're stuck in there, guys. I recommend you guys store this in mason jars under vacuum in your fridge. It'll easily store a month without any problems. All right, so there you guys have it. You saw the demonstration of the sorbet attachment for the Nama J2 juicer. Now, to me, because of the sorbet attachment, the J2 is a lot more than a juicer. It can do a lot more than just juice fruits and vegetables. So you could drink the fresh, especially vegetable and leafy green juices, and get rid of all those other beverages such as sodas that you're currently drinking that are not as healthy. Vegetable juices are some of the healthiest things you guys can drink, in my personal opinion. And of course, next, to help you guys get rid of the ice creams, you guys could make your own fresh 100% frozen fruit sorbet, whether you want to call that nice cream or banana ice cream like I do. This tastes amazing and is so good for you. And of course, finally, you guys saw how you guys could use that sorbet attachment to make the nut butters that are still sticking to the top of the little containers here, like it would stick to the top of your dog's mouth if you fed him some, without any additional additives, preservatives, oils, or even sugar like many brands of peanut butter add these days. So to me, the Nama J2 is a lifestyle kitchen appliance. It'll allow you to change your life, to eat healthier foods by making and preparing your own foods fresh. Whether you want to buy the cheap bananas like I do and make your sorbet for literally pennies on the dollar, whether you want to go to the bulk bins like I do and buy bulk nuts to process to make your own nut butters that are significantly less expensive than having somebody else do it. Also, it's a heck of a lot fresher, not going to go rancid because you're making it fresh and then eating it and storing it in the best way possible. So once you start making all these little changes in your diet to improve the current things that you're addicted to, whether that's different kinds of nut butters with additives or different kinds of sodas or even different ice creams, right? You guys could start eating more fruits and vegetables and other plant foods so that you guys could achieve your health goals, your weight loss goals, or whatever path you guys are following by eating more natural foods. That's why I got into selling juicers back in the day, because juicers are one of my favorite tools in the kitchen, and I would never go without one, or actually I have a bunch of them myself. So for those of you guys that are looking to buy the Nama J2 because you haven't yet and you're waiting for the sorbet attachment, now is the time. You guys can get the Nama J2. Once again, use that coupon code SORBET10. That'll save you guys 10% off the price of the Nama J2, which is $55. You could add on that sorbet attachment as well. If you guys already own the Nama J2, want to get that sorbet attachment, link is down below this video as well to buy that sorbet attachment so that you too could make the sorbet and the nut butters that I showed you guys today. So if you guys enjoyed this episode and want more episodes of me making nut butters and sorbets, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. More importantly, share this with other people that would be interested in making their own 100% fruit sorbets as well as nut butters with the Nama J2. Maybe you have some friends that own the Nama J2 and they didn't know they could do these things with the sorbet attachment that is now available. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on my new and upcoming episodes I've got every 5 to 7 days. You don't know where I show up or what you'll be learning on my channel or what new appliances I'll be demonstrating or comparing. And make sure you click the little bell to get notified as my videos come out. And finally, be sure to check out past episodes. The past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 600 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about and comparing all the different kinds of juicers and vacuum blenders and other appliances that allow you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables in the best ways possible. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.